Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading, and I'm using my Hezicos tarot for this reading. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing 3 cards, and I just want to get a sense of the general kind of feel or the energy for this week, and to see if there's any kind of key opportunities or key challenges or things that we need to know about the week ahead. Okay. I think I'm going to fix my silk scarf here so it's not so puffy. It'll be good to actually see the cards. Okay, so I'll start with the first card, which represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. Okay, so we've got the Magician, and I really like this Magician in this particular deck. So we've got the Magician, he's number 1, and it's always kind of fun to start the week off with a number 1. It's always kind of a good omen, I think. And the Magician is about really kind of stepping into your own power and, you know, recognizing your own creative potential and recognizing yourself as, you know, a conscious creator in your life and seeing yourself as this powerful being in your life that has the power and influence to affect change, to create things, and to kind of steer your life path in the direction that you'd like to go. And there's a few things that kind of pop into my head when I look at this card. So I've already mentioned kind of the, you know, the power of creativity, but really what I'm getting from this card is that this is a card of focus. So the Magician is about focus and really kind of reminding you that you'll be very surprised at how much you can achieve and accomplish just by focusing your energy. So if you've felt scattered lately, or if you feel like you have all these ideas and all these things you want to do, but you're just very unfocused, this is a reminder that at the beginning of the week, you want to take some time to really focus your energy and get focused. So figure out, you know, what you want to maybe what you want to dedicate this week to. What do you want to focus on this week, and like pick a thing to kind of to focus and make, you know, number 1 on your list of things to do or things to focus on this week. Okay, so the next card is going to represent Wednesday and Thursday of the upcoming week. Okay, and here we have 9 of Rods. And the 9 of Rods can come up for us when we're feeling a little bit defensive and maybe vulnerable. So as you move into the week, this is something that could come up for you, perhaps as kind of a challenge. So the challenge of, and I think it comes, you know, after the Magician for a reason. So you know, recognize yourself as being this powerful creator, you get focused, but eventually there comes a time when you do kind of have to put yourself out there and maybe take some risks, and it's going to feel vulnerable, and you're going to get your back up, and you might start thinking about like, oh, what if this could happen? What if that could happen? You know, what if things don't go my way? What if it doesn't work out? And of course it might not work out because, you know, as you know, things don't always work out the way you want them to. And the 9 of Rods is about figuring out what you need to do to feel safe in this situation and to feel comfortable. So if you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone and maybe doing something that doesn't feel comfortable to you, it might feel kind of, you know, vulnerable and scary. Ask yourself what you can do to make that experience just a little bit easier on yourself. So is there anything that would help you feel a little more safer or more supported or more protected as you move forward? And sometimes there absolutely isn't. Sometimes you just have to risk it and go all in and take a risk. And other times there's things that you can do to kind of help that process along. So I feel like the middle of the week is about recognizing your, not so much limitations, but recognizing where it is that you feel uncomfortable. Recognizing where it is that you get stuck, and when do you put up those walls? When do you kind of feel like you need to erect the defenses? You know, when do you feel that way? And what kinds of things can you do to ease that fear? Because whenever you get defensive and whenever you go into, disaster thinking, it's a symptom of fear. And it's really kind of a message that you really need to focus on allowing yourself to become more fearless in that situation, or less fearful. So I think this week it's a good time to kind of explore different things that help you become more fearless and things that help you step out of your comfort zone, things that support you in that. Okay, and then this last card is going to be the card of the weekend. So this card represents Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we've got the Ace of Rods, so it would also be the Ace of Wands and a Rider-Waite deck. And aces are about new beginnings, and the Ace of Rods is a particularly energetic, kind of creative, powerful card. It's about really kind of picking up that, I want to say the torch, like picking up that torch of creativity and being able to kind of run with it. So if you've had a creative idea lately, or some kind of like inspiration that's popped into your head, this weekend is a really good time to begin to explore that. So either like beginning a project or just beginning to do some research for that project or talking to people. This weekend's a really good time to kind of begin that. Okay, so I want to take a quick step back and look at all of these cards together. I also feel like the weekend is a time of action. Ace of Rods is about, taking action, being assertive, and I think again, like coming back to the Nine of Rods, we talked about kind of fearlessness there, and the Magician is about, recognizing yourself as powerful, getting focused. And then we got the Nine of Rods, which is about kind of maybe coming up against some fears that we might have. And then the Ace of Rods is about just running with our inspiration and taking a leap of faith, going with something, getting started on something, even if we feel hesitant about it. So even if there might be some fear and doubt there, this is about moving forward even though we feel that way. So it's not necessarily about being fearless, it's about taking action even if we feel unconfident or fearful about that. So when I look at all of these cards together, I'm noticing that there's more busyness in the beginning and the middle of the week, and then the weekend, when I look at this card, this is a very kind of almost a Zen-like card. It's very clear. There's a lot of like empty spaces. It's very simple, and it feels almost like a relief. So even though the Ace of Rods is an exciting card in terms of like energy-wise, you're taking action, you're starting something new, I feel like this weekend is actually also a time of almost like mental spaciousness. So if you felt busy or scattered or overwhelmed in the week, this weekend is going to be, it's going to feel very different from that. And I think it will be important for you to create space around whatever it is that you're focusing on. And I think there's a danger sometimes when we're really into something and really focused on something to just be like really, really focused on it and be really into it and have a lot of strong feelings about it. And I think the message here with the Ace of Rods is create space around whatever it is that you're excited about, whatever it is that you're going for, create some space around it. So try not to think about it nonstop. Try not to focus on it all the time. You don't have to live it and breathe it and eat it and all that crap. Create space around it, create balance, and I think that will make the world of difference for you. Okay, so this has been your weekly tarot card reading, and my name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and you can check out my website for, I've got lots of free tutorials, free videos, tarot tips and exercises all about learning the tarot cards, and there's also lots of fun tarot card spreads, deck reviews, all kinds of great stuff on there, so you can check that out. And I invite you to share your own interpretation of this reading. So if there's something that popped up for you when you were watching this reading, or if there's something that you're noticing that I didn't mention, please feel free to make note of that in the comments below. I love reading people's responses and comments. So once again, thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful week.